People always say you should trust the women in church. That they're safe, kind, pure-hearted. Especially the ones leading worship every Sunday. With tears in their eyes, and a Bible full of highlighted verses. That's exactly why nobody believed me when I said the choir leader was obsessed with my husband. Not even him. And by the time the truth finally came out, my marriage was already bleeding from wounds I didn't even know someone was creating behind my back. Because wow, the woman I prayed beside every Sunday was secretly building a life where I no longer existed. And the scariest part? She did it slowly. Patiently. Like someone watering poison into the roots of a tree. And waiting for it to collapse on its own. Now imagine being in her position. You trust your church family. You trust your husband. You trust the woman hugging you after service. Then one day you realize, she's been studying your marriage like a thief studying a house. And this is where everything changed. Maya Bennett used to believe church was the safest place in the world. Not perfect. Just safe. Safe enough to raise children one day. Safe enough to build friendships. Safe enough to leave your purse on a chair without worrying someone would touch it. And definitely safe enough to trust the woman leading worship with closed eyes and lifted hands every Sunday morning. Maya, 32 years old. Married to her husband Adrian for almost 6 years. They lived in a quiet suburban neighborhood outside Dallas. In one of those peaceful communities, where neighbors waved while walking dogs and everyone somehow owned matching beige patio furniture. She works at a private company as an accountant. Their marriage wasn't flashy. No dramatic romance movie moments. No social media perfect lifestyle. But it was warm, real, comfortable. The kind of love built from grocery runs. Late night laughter. Burnt pancakes on Saturdays. And long conversations in bed after hard days. Adrian Bennett worked as an architect. Calm personality. Patient. The kind of man people naturally trusted. He listened more than he spoke. Never raised his voice. Never embarrassed Maya in public. Even during disagreements, he always found ways to make her feel heard. And Maya loved that about him. She often joked that Adrian's voice could calm hurricanes. Then there was Vanessa Cole, the choir leader. 35. Elegant. Magnetic. The kind of woman who walked into rooms. And somehow became the emotional center of attention without trying. At least that's how it looked. Vanessa had this soft, control way of speaking that made people lean in closer when she talked. She remembered birthdays, sent encouraging texts, visited sick church members with flowers. Everyone adored her, especially women, especially married couples. People trusted her advice so much that some jokingly called her First Lady Vanessa, even though she wasn't married to the pastor. And honestly, Maya liked her too. At first, Vanessa and Maya became close surprisingly fast. Coffee after rehearsals. Long talks in parking lots. Double dinners with Adrian included. Sometimes Vanessa even came over to help decorate for church events. She blended into their lives so naturally that Maya never questioned it. That's usually how emotional sabotage begins. Not with chaos, with comfort, with familiarity. With someone becoming so normal in your life that you stop noticing how deeply they've entered it. And Adrian? He respected Vanessa. That was all. At least in the beginning. Sometimes Maya caught them laughing together over small things during church setup. Nothing inappropriate, nothing obvious, just comfortable. And because Maya trusted both of them, she ignored the tiny, strange feeling that occasionally brushed against her chest like cold wind. You know those moments where your intuition whispers something so softly you almost feel guilty hearing it? That. But she pushed it away. Because seriously, who suspects the choir leader? The first strange moment happened after Bible study one Wednesday night. It was raining heavily outside. Most people had already left the church building, rushing toward their cars beneath umbrellas. Maya had gone back inside to grab her purse from the fellowship hall. That's when she heard Vanessa laughing. Soft, low, personal. Maya turned the corner and saw Adrian standing beside Vanessa near the piano. They were closer than necessary, not touching, but close. Vanessa looked up first, and for one tiny second, her expression changed, like she'd been caught doing something she shouldn't. Then instantly she smiled. "Oh my gosh, Maya," she said lightly. "Your husband was just saving me from carrying all these music folders alone." Adrian smiled too casually. Heroic stuff. Maya laughed with them, but something sat wrong inside her stomach. Not because of what they were doing, because of the energy in the room before she entered. That weird interruption feeling, like a movie scene paused too suddenly. Still, she ignored it. Because people laugh. People stand close. People help each other. That kind of stuff, right? But after that night, Maya started noticing little things. Vanessa texting Adrian directly instead of using the church group chat. Vanessa complimenting Adrian constantly. "Oh wow, Adrian, you always explain things so thoughtfully. Seriously, your wife is lucky." Can you believe how rare patient men are these days? Small comments. Tiny comments. The kind designed to sound harmless. And Adrian never flirted back. That part mattered. He usually responded politely and moved on. But Vanessa kept creating openings. And slowly, Maya began noticing how often Vanessa looked at Adrian when she thought nobody was paying attention. Not quick glances, lingering ones. Her admiration starts turning into hunger. One Sunday after service, Maya walked toward the parking lot and froze when she saw Vanessa adjusting Adrian's tie. Not because it needed adjusting, because she wanted an excuse to touch him. And the moment she saw Maya approaching, Vanessa stepped back too quickly. "Ouch," Maya joked awkwardly. "Should I be jealous?" Vanessa laughed immediately. Too immediately. "Please," she said. "Adrian is basically church property at this point." Everyone laughed. But Maya didn't miss the way Vanessa's eyes stayed on Adrian a second longer than necessary. And that night, for the first time in 6 years, Maya checked her husband's phone after he fell asleep. Not because she believed he was cheating, because fear had started dripping slowly into her thoughts. She hated herself for it, but she checked anyway. And honestly, she found nothing. No flirting, no hidden messages, nothing inappropriate. Mostly church conversations, work emails, memes from friends. Maya nearly cried from guilt. She closed the phone quietly and stared at the ceiling in shame. Imagine that, feeling guilty for doubting the people you love. If only she knew that Vanessa was much smarter than ordinary temptation. Vanessa wasn't trying to seduce Adrian quickly. No, she was building emotional dependency, brick by brick, carefully, patiently, like someone knitting a sweater around another person, before tightening it around their throat. A few months later, church preparations for the annual worship conference became intense. Everyone was busy. Late-night rehearsals, volunteer meetings, decorating teams. Vanessa practically lived at the church building during those weeks, and somehow Adrian kept getting pulled into helping. At first it made sense. He was good with logistics and stage layouts. But gradually, Maya noticed Vanessa always finding reasons to keep Adrian around longer. Can Adrian stay another hour? said softly. Adrian understands the setup better. Adrian has such calming energy during stressful moments. Days goes by. At one rehearsal, Maya arrived late after work and saw Vanessa sitting beside Adrian alone in the sanctuary. The massive room was dark except for stage lights glowing blue and gold. Vanessa was crying. Adrian looked uncomfortable but concerned. Maya paused before approaching. Vanessa quickly wiped her tears. "Oh my gosh," she said with a shaky smile. "I'm so embarrassed." "What happened?" Maya asked. Vanessa sighed dramatically. "Just personal stuff. I've been overwhelmed lately." Adrian immediately stood up. "I was just telling her things will work out." Something about that sentence irritated Maya, more than it should have. Not because Adrian was comforting someone, because Vanessa looked almost satisfied seeing Maya witness it, like she wanted Maya to feel excluded from a moment. And after that night, the distance between Maya and Adrian slowly began growing. Tiny things first. He became mentally absent sometimes, distracted, tired, not cold, just emotionally foggy. And Vanessa somehow always appeared during vulnerable moments. If Maya and Adrian argued about finances, Vanessa called the next day, just checking in. Vanessa suddenly invited Adrian to help with church errands. Coincidence after coincidence, until coincidence stopped feeling accidental. One evening, Maya confronted Adrian gently. "Do you think Vanessa depends on you emotionally too much?" Adrian looked surprised. "What?" "She calls you a lot." "It's church stuff, Maya." "I know, but sometimes it feels." "Feels what?" Maya hesitated. Possessive sounded ridiculous, so she swallowed it. "Nothing." Adrian sighed. "You know Vanessa's been through a lot." "What does that mean?" "She told me her engagement ended badly years ago." Maya blinked slowly. "She told you that?" "Yeah, during rehearsal cleanup one night. And there it was again." Another emotional intimacy Maya hadn't been included in. Another invisible thread tying Vanessa closer to her husband. That night Maya barely slept, because now the problem wasn't flirting. It was emotional access. Vanessa was slowly becoming the woman Adrian emotionally protected. And that changes everything. The first real crack in the marriage happened 3 weeks before the worship conference. Maya was grocery shopping when she ran into a church member named Denise. After casual conversation, Denise suddenly lowered her voice. "I hope you don't mind me saying this." Maya frowned. "Saying what?" Denise hesitated awkwardly. "There's been talk." Maya's stomach tightened instantly. "What kind of talk?" Denise looked uncomfortable. "I'm probably overstepping." "No. Tell me." Denise exhaled. "Some people think you've been getting close to your coworker." Maya stared at her in disbelief. "My coworker? The guy from your office. Ethan, I think." Maya almost laughed from shock. Ethan was 43 years old, married, and obsessed with fishing documentaries. "What are you talking about?" Denise quickly shook her head. "Forget I said anything." But Maya couldn't forget it, because rumors inside churches spread like fire through dry grass. Quietly, quickly, and once people hear something emotional enough, they start searching for proof whether it exists or not. That evening, Maya confronted Adrian. "Have you heard rumors about me and Ethan?" Adrian froze for half a second too long, and Maya felt her heartbeat stumble. "Where did you hear that?" "So you have heard it." Adrian rubbed his face. "It's stupid gossip." "But who said it?" "Nobody important." "Adrian." He hesitated. Then quietly, "Vanessa mentioned she saw you getting lunch with him a few times." Maya's entire body went cold. "What?" "She wasn't accusing you." "Yes, she was. She just thought it looked secretive." "Secretive?" Maya snapped. "We work together." Adrian's face hardened slightly. "Why are you getting defensive?" And wow, that sentence right there, that's how manipulation works. Not by creating instant destruction, by planting tiny seeds of doubt inside safe places. Maya stared at her husband in disbelief. "You actually entertained that?" "I didn't say I believed it. But you thought about it." Silence. Painful silence. And honestly, that silence hurt more than yelling would have. Because for the first time in their marriage, Maya realized someone else's voice had entered their relationship. And that voice belonged to Vanessa. After the rumor incident, Maya started pulling away from church activities. Not dramatically, quietly. She stopped attending extra rehearsals, stopped volunteering for events, stopped lingering after service conversations. And people noticed, especially Vanessa. One Sunday morning, Vanessa cornered Maya near the church kitchen. "Are you upset with me?" she asked softly. Maya forced a smile. "No, you've been distant. I've just been busy." Vanessa stepped closer. "I care about you, Maya." That sentence nearly made Maya angry, because Vanessa said it with such convincing warmth, like a nurse poisoning someone while fluffing their pillow. "I appreciate that," Maya replied carefully. Vanessa tilted her head. "You know I'd never intentionally hurt your marriage, right?" Maya's chest tightened. Nobody mentioned marriage. Nobody. So why say that? And suddenly Maya realized something terrifying. Vanessa knew exactly what she was doing. Every step, every rumor, every emotional conversation with Adrian. This wasn't accidental attachment anymore. This was strategy. Still, Maya had no proof. Only instincts. Only feelings. And instincts are dangerous when everyone around you worships the person you suspect. Tell me honestly, would you accuse the beloved choir leader without evidence? Or would you start doubting yourself instead? Because that's exactly what Maya did. She started wondering if jealousy was making her paranoid. Maybe Vanessa was just emotionally needy. Maybe Adrian was simply kind. Maybe Maya herself was becoming insecure. But then came the anniversary dinner, and nothing felt normal after that. It was supposed to be simple. 6 years married. A quiet dinner downtown. No phones. No church talk. Just them. Maya even bought a new dress for the occasion. Soft emerald green. Adrian's favorite color. For the first hour, things actually felt good again. They laughed. Shared dessert. Talked about taking a vacation later that year. And Maya started believing maybe the tension was finally fading. Then Adrian's phone buzzed. He glanced at it. His expression changed instantly. "What happened?" Maya asked. "It's Vanessa." Maya's appetite disappeared immediately. "She says she's locked inside the church building." "What?" "She stayed late organizing music equipment. And security accidentally locked up." Maya blinked slowly. "Seriously?" Maya stared at him. "Call security." "I am." But apparently security lived 30 minutes away. And Vanessa kept texting. Adrian showed Maya the messages. "Please hurry. I'm honestly freaking out here. The lights are turning off section by section. OMG." Maya closed her eyes. Something felt wrong. Deeply wrong.
Adrian,
What?
don't go.
You want me to leave her trapped there?
She can call someone else. She called me.
And Maya sat alone at the restaurant, while their food lay there untouched. Now imagine that moment. Your husband rushing away from your anniversary dinner because another woman needs him. A woman you already suspect. That pain? It doesn't scream. It sinks. Heavy and slow, like wet cement hardening inside your chest. At the church, Vanessa was sitting alone inside the church sanctuary, not panicking, not trapped, just waiting, smiling softly in the dark, because this was the night she finally realized something. Adrian would come whenever she called. And once a person learns they can interrupt a marriage, they rarely stop. After the anniversary incident, Maya and Adrian began fighting more often. Not explosive fights, exhausted fights. The kind where both people feel misunderstood. Adrian insisted Maya was becoming unfairly suspicious. Maya insisted boundaries were disappearing. And Vanessa? Vanessa became even sweeter, even more supportive. That's what made everything so sinister. Manipulators rarely become hostile immediately. They become indispensable. One evening after church, Vanessa publicly praised Maya during volunteer announcements. Can we just appreciate Maya for always supporting Adrian and the ministry? Everyone clapped. Maya forced a smile. Meanwhile, Vanessa's eyes briefly met hers. And for one chilling second, Maya saw something underneath the kindness. Victory. Like she enjoyed watching Maya trapped inside politeness. Then came the anonymous email. That was the moment the marriage truly cracked. It arrived late Friday night from a fake account. No name, no signature, only attached photos. Blurry pictures of Maya sitting with Ethan outside a cafe after work. One photo showed Ethan touching Maya's shoulder while laughing. Another looked like Maya reaching across the table toward him. Completely innocent moments, but cropped carefully enough to look intimate. And underneath the photos was one sentence. Your wife isn't who you think she is. Adrian found the email before Maya did. And the silence in the house the next morning felt terrifying. Maya, he said quietly. Something in his voice chilled her blood. He handed her the phone. She stared at the photos, then looked up in disbelief. You think I cheated on you? I didn't say that. But you're wondering. Adrian looked emotionally shattered. I don't know what to think anymore. And there it was. The exact fracture Vanessa wanted. Not immediate divorce. Doubt. Because doubt is poison that reproduces itself. Maya felt tears burning her eyes. Do you trust me or not? Adrian hesitated. Wrong move. Very wrong move. Because once hesitation enters a loyal marriage, everything starts shaking. Maya grabbed her purse. Where are you going? Adrian asked. To find out who's doing this. You're not going anywhere, he said sharply. She stood there, and deep down, for the first time, she stopped wondering whether Vanessa was dangerous. Now she knew. The following Sunday service felt unbearable. The choir sang beautifully. People worshipped. Hands lifted. Tears flowed. And Vanessa stood center stage in white clothing looking almost angelic. Beneath the lights, meanwhile Maya stood frozen beside Adrian, feeling like she was drowning in plain sight. Then halfway through worship, Vanessa began singing a solo. Soft, emotional, powerful. The entire room fell silent, and suddenly Maya noticed something horrifying. Vanessa wasn't looking at the congregation. She wasn't looking toward heaven. She was looking directly at Adrian. The entire song. And Adrian noticed too. His face changed. Confusion. Discomfort. Realization begins to form. Because wow, sometimes the truth arrives quietly before it explodes. After service ended, Maya walked toward the parking lot alone. Her chest felt tight, her thoughts spiraling. Then she heard footsteps behind her, and then a voice. Vanessa's voice. Maya, wait. Maya turned slowly. For the first time ever, there was no warmth in Vanessa's face. Only calmness. Calculated calmness. You need to stop pushing Adrian away, Vanessa said softly. Maya stared at her. What did you just say? Vanessa folded her arms. He's exhausted. You're unbelievable. I'm trying to help your marriage. Maya laughed bitterly. No, you're trying to enter it. Vanessa's expression flickered. Tiny crack. Tiny exposure. Then she stepped closer and quietly said words Maya would never forget.
If you can't appreciate a good man, eventually someone else will.
The silence after that line was heavy, and in that moment, everything became terrifyingly clear. This wasn't admiration. This wasn't emotional confusion. Vanessa truly believed Adrian belonged with her. Then Maya noticed something else. Vanessa was holding Adrian's jacket, the same jacket he wore earlier that morning, meaning somehow, somewhere, they had been alone together again. Maya's heart dropped, and before she could speak, Adrian suddenly appeared behind them, looking pale, shaken, holding his phone tightly in his hand. Maya, he whispered. His voice cracked. You need to see this. Maya frowned. What happened? Adrian looked directly at Vanessa, and Vanessa's confident expression finally faltered, because on Adrian's phone screen was a message accidentally sent from Vanessa's real number. Instead of the fake anonymous email account, a message meant for someone else. One sentence. One horrifying sentence. She's finally starting to lose him. And that was the exact moment their entire world exploded. What would you do if someone this close to your marriage secretly wanted your spouse the entire time? Would you confront her publicly? Would you leave the church? Or would you try to save the marriage before it completely falls apart? Drop your thoughts below. Because seriously, this story is only getting started. Like and follow for part 2.